64 points towards the modified U.S. champion with a sixth, a second, a fourth, and a first. It's a good-looking boat. This boat runs real good with small blocks in it. Earlier yesterday, after the drivers' meeting and everything was set up, we had a word with Gary, and he just kind of explained his boat, how he plans to run the race, and his overall view of the race. So let's just take 1 minute to go down and talk to Gary and see what he's got to say.
We're here with Gary Stewue, owner-driver of the 35-foot Cigarette Nasty. Gary just had a good success in his last race in the Benihana Grand Prix, where he came in first in modified, and he won his class. Gary, so far this season, can you give us a little information on how you've done so far in the circuit?
Well, right now we're running third place in the national point standing in modified class. It's a new boat. We had some bugs in the early part of the season, but we're getting things worked out, and it's running the way we'd like it to.
Well, so far from what I see, you're running small blocks. You've had great success with the small blocks that you've got in here, and I have to say your engine builder's probably done an excellent job. Can you say anything about your blocks?
Well, the engines are built by Promotor Engineering. Promotor Engineering is building the engines for this boat, Caliente, and the winning modified boat, who's high points at this time, the Bush boat. So we're all running Promotor engines. They've won Promotor engines have won modified class or placed first in every race this year.
Well, seeing how your boat runs so far, I have to say it. I'm not doing anything different in this race than what you've done in the other races so far.
No, I'm happy with this race because it's an ocean race, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the year because it's all rough water racing.
All right, Gary Stewue, Nasty. Good luck, Gary.
Between the first three boats in the modified are not that far apart. So if Gary got a win, hey, he'd be right up there. He'd be up there with 1,364 how Bush and Smoking do in this race. So it's going to be a tight finish so far. Doesn't seem to be having any problems. He's got his boat trimmed perfect. The crew's working together. Humberto Picon, damn Carrera. That's a nice looking boat. That's a 30-foot Carrera. So far, this year, Humberto's got a fourth, a seventh, and a first. So he's looking to increase his record a little bit better in this race. He wants those points and he wants a championship. Talk about somebody that's dialed in. Look at the way that boat's running. You can't be any more dialed in than that. Right there. That's a shot of professionals at work right in that cockpit. They're after the leaders, and he's charging. We're just coming into the Ambrose Tower, and it seems as though there's two other boats ahead of damn Carrera, but he's going to be on the inside and might make the turn first, with the other two going wide. He might pick up a spot or two if he makes this turn the right way. All right, now they got it together. He's charging. He's got the power. He's pulling him. Humberto's catching up to him. Passing the Ambrose Tower checkpoint right now. We're just passing the Ambrose Tower checkpoint right now. So we're heading back into calm water. But that means he's going to have to readjust his tabs and his drives to compensate for the different water conditions. Of the Carrera boats. Whoa! He races them, builds them, designs them, does everything. These guys are always out in front. They always show you a wild ride, too. Those throttles are always down on any of the boats that Humberto's in. Is a 30-footer. Humberto's also building a 36-footer with steps. Let it break free of the water a little bit, give it a little bit less drag. We'll be seeing one of those pretty soon. We have picon also in the boat with Humberto, brother, pushing a couple of 470 horsepower per cruisers. Listen to her wind out. Love it. They've got a tiger by the tail there. That boat's got a lot of power. Look at the way they have it trimmed perfectly. He's running his tabs right straight on. From Miami, local water for him. He knows these waters. Whoa.
Humberto Picon. Damn Carrera. That damn thing is running. Number 1. Performance class. And he is leading the performance class right now. He's been trading the lead back and forth. But Gary Stewue, along with Dick Carlson and Neil Crane, fellow crew members, leading the performance class right now on the way to Bimini. This is a super light cigarette. He really moves in this rough water. He's got promoter engineering down in Grove, Illinois. Also runs Midwest Cigarette. Carries a hard charger, whether it's business or racing. Gary finished 3rd place in New Orleans. And also 1st in his class in the Bahamas 200 Michelob Light race. And right now he's leading the sports class division with 625 points. His navigator's giving him a few pointers there. Very important in this race to keep right on the money on the navigation. He's got Humberto Picon right on his heels, though. Dan Carrera just on the heels of Nasty right now. Sports class, number 3. You can see why he's leading this sports division. Go for it, Gary. He'll be bringing home the bacon today. Nice sunny day here. We're out of the squalls. Got about a 3 to 4 foot chop. Nasty. After a win in the Sutphin International, he got 2nd place in the Bacardi Trophy race. 1st place at Bahama Michelob Light 200 and 3rd place in New Orleans. Talk about consistency. Back at the Sutphin International, Gary told us he was going to go for it. Calm water hampered his speed as he trailed rookie Dick Weiss in a new boat called New Horizons by 5 minutes up to the final checkpoint. That's when that turbocharger in New Horizons went out and Gary took the lead.
Hey, Gary Stewue, you're number 1 in points right now. How are you going to handle this race?
Well, we're going to run hard. We want to build our lead a little bit more. Want to have some cushion at the end of the season.
We hear you got new motors for this one.
Yeah, we'll freshen them up. Had 4 races on the last set, so figured we'd go through them. They were in pretty good shape, but we're new now, so we're ready to run hard again.
You're looking for S1 next year, Gary?
We're not going to put S1 on, but we plan to be number 1 overall at the end of the year.
Then Carrera. Here comes Humberto Picon. Look at him go. He's got a lead foot. You know you're up through some excitement when you see Humberto out there. Look at him run. Flat or rough water, he doesn't care. He'll run that boat through anything. He's going to give us a show. He's got it tripped right out, maximum speed. He's going for it all. This guy knows no fear. He's in 10th place in points overall right now. rest of the year. We talked to Humberto earlier about his plans for the rest of this year and what he's going to be doing next year. Let's go down and see what he has to say.
Humberto, what are your plans for the rest of this year and next year as far as racing?
Well, the rest of this year we're going to run the DEM Carrera, the 30-footer sport class boat, and then for the following year we're going with a 39-foot Carrera, triple engine, triple small blocks.
Anything special in the hull to make it different?
Not necessarily. The strakes are a little different than what you have seen, and it's got a 22-degree bottom on it, and it's supposed to be a very fast and very stable boat. And, we're going to shoot to run 3 small blocks in it. I think that's the way to go.
Any special type of props?
We're planning on using the new harness and drives.
This is a brand new boat on the circuit. This is the first race. A 30-foot Sutphen, driven by Dave Lang. A lot of skill in that boat. Humberto's been doing this for a long time, and he's really good at it. Look at this, 2 sport boats going for it. Chase isn't going to let him go by. Look at this, he's got the throttles all the way down, tucked up drive, look at him go. Here's where the engines might blow. They may put it too far. Let's see what happens. Look at this, cat and mouse. Are they going to last? I don't believe it. Back and forth. Let's see if Chase puts another move on him here. Humberto's got a lot of experience. And it looks like Carrera's going to take it. Jay Smith, Gates Mill, Ohio, on the throttle for putt-putt. Scott Smith, the driver. Ray Weddle doing the navigating. Ray's not with us today. I think Scott's also doing the navigating today. 30-foot velocity. He's running 2 300 horsepower Merc Cruiser. Stewue, new engines, puts together another fantastic race, another #1 position. There's the checkered flag, 35-foot cigarette. Pro Motor Engineering motors, and you can see what they do. Listen to them. Whoa. And Gary keeps his #1 position in points overall in the sports class and also overall classes. He's got more points than anybody else in offshore racing right now. Gary Stewue, Downers Grove, Illinois.
Better than racing, boy. Is this fun? I've never had so much fun. You don't have to bring the boat, the truck, go to parties before the race. This is really neat. I love racing. I can't wait.
Lined up for the start of the 1980 World Championship production race from Key West, Florida. This is a product of Needle Nose Race Team. All rights are reserved. Copyright 1980. Bud Drutman's Activator. Dick Carlson. Picon and Carrera, Maverick, Smokey and the Bandit, Superboat, Outrageous, Little Rhino. They're all here, all ready to go. Caliente with Tony Garcia is being pulled by Outrageous and Larry Smith. Two Sutphens dueling it out on the outside, Little Rhino. Then comes Maverick with Steve Baum, Superboat, Carrera, Active Cat. This is the sports class. This is the first of 3 starts. Humberto Picon putting it to it, getting out in front of Steve Vaughn and Maverick. Carlson and Wayne Vickers. This is the second time we've seen this boat, the last time being in the Detroit race, in the Spirit of Detroit. They're headed south for Sand Key. Then they're going to turn east and head right into 6 to 8 footers. Larry Smith and Outrageous. And it all loose. Up ahead of Larry, Tony Garcia and Caliente with Terry Laughlin at the throttle. Here we get a shot and we'll be able to look right down the tunnel. James Beard designed cat, built by Bud Drutton. Maverick, Caliente, dueling it out. On the outside, Little Rhino with Lee Bomar, Marv Martner. The further south these boats get, the lumpier it gets. Nobody's pulling back. Tony Garcia knows only one way to go, and that's all out. And the outside Outrageous, pulling up strong. Larry Smith got his act together today. Red Crane, Steve Baum. Time is Humberto Picon and Dan Carrera. We're coming up on his wake now. Humberto Picon and Carrera first, Maverick second, Caliente third. There's Humberto in his 30-foot Carrera. Riding beautifully. Down in the water, level, trimmed perfectly. Humberto can see Sand Key now, getting it all lined up. and level. Beautifully controlled. They're starting to pull away a little here. And here, Humberto passes the first checkpoint. Checkpoint number 1 at Sand Key. Turns east and heads right into the stuff. Here's where the 6 to 8 footers are starting to build. Rounding on the outside, Maverick, Steve Baum. On the inside, Tony Garcia and Caliente. Followed by Bud Drutman, Activator, and Larry Smith, and Outrageous. Watch this cat go in rough water. Dick Carlson's used to rough water. And you might say Wayne Vickers is too, after riding with Joel Halpern for a number of years. Trim adjusted and starting to make that cat go. Of this race is 96 miles. With 3 laps, you have about 32 miles for each lap. And a good half of that is down here in the rough water at the southern end of the course. I'll tell you. Larry Smith and Outrageous. It's all or nothing for these guys today. They're just putting it to it. Sutphen. Billy Friends Navigator. Walt on the throttle. These guys are from New Haven, Connecticut.